works. I finally built something that works.
Give me where that squeeze it.
And the reason Rob is drinking, you'll see, we've got a story to tell.
Yeah, there's a squeeze it story. If anybody's actually on here. I don't know if
Tommy's here.
Tommy.
Jesus.
That was for you, Tommy.
Right on
Tommy,
the
we did it.
Blue flavor, Tommy. All right. You guys ready to do this thing?
Let's do this thing.
Tommy's eating flaming hot Cheetos. It still says the same thing. It says the same thing. I don't know how to change that. I don't know how. We can fix it after the fact. We're not talking Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Tommy. That was last week.
The Vactor's in charge of keeping an eye on what Tommy says, or if anybody else joins. But people are going to be like, Oppenheimer, Barbie, that's old. I'm not watching that. We don't want you anyway. All we want is Tommy.
They're anti-male.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody, to level 67 of the Sandbox Gamers podcast, a podcast where three vidgets meet weekly to talk about life, love, and the pursuit of vidya. Thank you so much for joining us. I am your co-host with the most, Wonder Rob, coming at you live. Well, semi-live. No, actually live. I forgot. We're on YouTube Live right now. But it's semi-live if you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple, whatever. I don't have to explain time travel to you. Anyway, from Southern California, and on the line with me are two of my best Arizona friends in the metaverse. Vactor. How do you say this? Vactor Angelo is a party dude.
You're standing on it, dude. Just slip it down here. You're 2 minutes late, dude.
And JeffW. Oh, you got more?
Wise men say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
All right. And JeffW is cool but rude.
I can't even. I didn't know you were gonna have multiple.
We got him.
And I do machines.
Yeah.
A little too Raph.
Yeah.
Does Donatello say that?
He says, yeah. In part 2. And he says, Bossa Nova.
Chevy Nova.
Excellent.
Oh, no.
True fans will know. Happy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem Day for everybody. I have not seen it yet. Vactor has seen it twice, I believe, or 1.5 times at least. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And I don't know if Jeff saw it with you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so you both have seen it. Of course, I'm the odd man out. I'm going to go take my boy on Friday, this upcoming Friday, to see it after school. A nice little surprise. I got him a little Donatello mask that he's going to wear. They sell them with the new line of Ninja Turtle toys, so I picked up some. We're going to be dressed as Ninja Turtles.
Tommy said he wants to see you do the turtle dance, Rob. Ninja. He's doing it, Tommy. He's doing it.
Man.
You requested it, and here it is. He's doing it. He did it, Tommy. He did it. He did it just for Tommy. That shows you how far we go for our fans. For our one fan, Tommy, that's how far we'll go.
For being our sole fan. Corin is fired.
Yeah, Corin. I don't see you in the live stream.
Schaff died in a horrible car wreck. Decapitated. Bear
Tommy
ate his
said,
body.
Do you like penicillin on your pizza?
That's a Turtles quote, Jeff. You wouldn't know. right. Anyway, point being is that even though we have a lot of turtle talk at the top, it is the new hotness. We're not discussing the movie this week. We will, however, be participating in a giant crossover episode next week, talking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. So be ready for that. All right. JeffW is always DTF, everybody. Down to talk fun, that is. We got lots of fun to talk about. We got some story time at the top. We have a Tommy question from our only listener. Fantastic. Our strategy guide section and our Let's Play section. So we got a lot to get to. It's a jam-packed show. First up on the list, I presented a question to my boys a few days ago. The question was, y'all ever, and this is verbatim, y'all ever had a fucking squeeze it? Tell them what I'm doing, Vector.
This right now, if you're not watching us live, you should be. But Rob is drinking a squeeze it squeezer. Now, this prompted a core memory in me because little do the fans know, I was a fanatic for squeeze it squeezers.
My tongue's blue.
This was the greatest invention. First, it was Capri Sun.
Wait, that's not what it's called. Is it called a squeezer?
No, that's what you get. What's something else, Jeff?
Yeah, that's not what this is.
My boy was getting squeezers.
I was obsessed with Squeeze-Its. Now, these were if you're young like Jeff, you wouldn't know that a fruit-flavored juice made by General Mills, marketed from 1985 until the middle of 2001. So these were in a plastic
bottle. I have a confession to make, Jeff. It's not an actual Squeeze-It. It's a Kool-Aid.
I think mine was Kool-Aid. That was about to say that's the.
But it's the same thing. You squeeze it.
Not according to Vector.
No, Squeeze-It
he
was
just shit all over mine.
The best creation of all time. And I'm going to link in the show notes a commercial from the 90s. Now, the reason I wanted to tell you this story time, and I said, all right, as soon as Rob pushed that core memory out, I got to tell a story.
Pushed it like a poop right out.
So when I lived in Japan, I was 7, 8 years old. This is like 88, 89. Now think about Batman, Michael Keaton. You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. That was out in the theater. The Bat Dance was all the rave,
UHF, same summer. Nobody saw
it. This was what was going on in pop culture at the time. But I was living on an Air Force base in Japan. So there was a lot of things I could not get from the United States. Like I said, I could get Michael Keaton Batman, but I couldn't get Squeeze-It Squeezers. But I loved them. There's two reasons why I loved them. Number one, it was delicious. And I was a chuckling cherry man. You could not tell me that chuckling cherry wasn't the best, Rob, because now Jeff was probably a Barry B. Wild fan. Rob was a grumpy grape, later changed to galloping grape. Tommy was a silly Billy Strawberry,
this
of
guy's
course.
reading the wiki.
No, he's wrong. This is off the top of his head.
My wife was a rockin' red puncher. Rob's wife was a mean green puncher.
Yeah.
And Jeff's Meemaw was a smarty arty orange. But the best, like I said, was the chuckling cherry. I loved it. And I thought I was so cool as a kid because you could twist off the top. It was in a plastic bottle. You twist off the top, and then the little plastic topper, the little thing that was keeping the juice in there, Jeff, you could do whatever you want. I used to put it in my mouth because it had a little bit of juice.
Do whatever you want.
So
I would do whatever you want with the trash.
A little remaining juice out of there. I would suck on that. I would put it into the hole of the squeezer.
Oh,
right. I used to do all kinds.
Sucked on what?
It looked like a little airplane. It looked like a little airplane. Anyway, little B-52 bomber. But anyways, I would drink that, squeeze it, and I was like,
B-52 bomber.
This was great because I could just throw it away when I'm done. It's got all
There's
the
a little
juice
juice left in mine. Look.
Oh my God.
Let me get that juice.
Kool-Aid is not the same. I remember when those Kool-Aids came out, and I said, look, this is the Walmart brand. This isn't the real one, like the Squeezers, like me and the Squeeze It crew.
I would argue that the Squeeze It was the generic. Kool-Aid's a name brand.
Yeah,
there
Kool-Aid
were also Lifesavers Squeeze It, featuring flavors such as wild watermelon, blue raspberry, and tropical fruit, Jeff. But The story that I wanted to tell was, so I couldn't
don't
get them over in Japan. My dad was I don't know what his job was. He was chief
Hold
in
on.
the Air
Did
Force.
Ted get busted with a ton of Squeeze-Its in his bag?
He was able to get the base, the military base, to have a shipment of Squeeze-Its sent in to our local grocery store, which is called the commissary.
He bought it all?
From then, no, it was like he filled out a ballot and he got it on the list.
I got the Squeeze-It burps.
I've never burped from fruit juice, Rob. Anyway,
you're not doing it right.
My dad was able to get them to put it on the list, so they regularly got Squeeze-Its from now on. And I have this core memory of my mom. Like I said, I'm 8 years old, and my mom boasting to my friends, "Next time you drink a Squeeze-It, you better think about Trent back there." And I was like, what is going on?
High and mighty.
I was very
you were a
embarrassed.
celebrity. Yeah.
Oh, is that a Squeeze-It in your hand? I wonder where you know where those came from.
But Tommy apparently remembers Squeeze-It Squeezers. He says,
he doesn't.
He says, Tommy, what was your favorite? Tell us. Oh, he says
Tommy.
The Red Punch. Red Puncher was his favorite. Rockin' Red Puncher. I don't know what flavor that was because we already got Silly Billy Strawberry and Chucklin' Cherry. So what other flavors could it be? And there's also a Tropical Punch. So there's no more red flavors left, Tommy. So what were you drinking?
Yeah. And you ain't a real one if you're calling it by the full names. Like I say, I got blue flavor.
I got purple.
I want the
blue, purple stuff.
Red drink. Yeah.
I'll post it.
Only the fancy ones that have deliveries call it by the full name.
The reason why I have these, I don't want people to think that I'm just consuming Squeeze-Its for the heck of it. I was at the grocery store the other day and I was buying some juice for my boy. He loves the grape juice, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna expand his horizons a little bit. I'm gonna give him a little something. So I got these blue Squeeze-Its. It was like 8 for like $1.50, and got them cold in the fridge. Took them out and I said, you want to try this blueberry drink? And my son looked at me and he went, no. And he still refuses to try it. So your boy been drinking Squeeze-Its. And I don't regret it. It's like a little treat. Man. It's like a little treat. They also sell in Coke in one can, but that's unrelated. That's for Sandbox After Dark.
I want to know what Jeff was drinking. Now these Kool-Aid ones are called Kool-Aid Bursts. But what was
the
Jeff
name
drinking?
brand one? You guys were drinking the Great Value version of these drinks.
The bottom shelf.
Yeah. I had name brand ones actually. I think I'd be with Tommy. Like I wouldn't know a flavor. I don't think I can't even remember what they would taste like. But probably red or blue.
Red is for casuals, man. Like you got to do blue.
All the good ones ended up.
I wish I had another one. Dang it! Should I leave and go get another one?
Oh man, I got
like 5 more. Oh, my boy will kill me if I eat his Lunchables.
Grab one of his Lunchables and just start snacking.
I only like the turkey.
Lunchables was great. And Dunkaroos. That was the other one. We had.
Oh my God, Dunkaroos.
Those are the great snacks.
No way Jeff knows what a Dunkaroo is.
It's those little. Aren't they like animal cookies and like yogurt or whatever bullshit dip you got?
It's cream, like Oreo cream, Jeff.
Yeah.
And sometimes it had chocolate. It had chocolate ones in there.
You ain't a real one unless you got Dunkaroos, Jeff.
Nah, you had that. We had Go-Gurt. You know, a man's yogurt.
Wow. I can't remember the last time I've ever had yogurt, Jeff. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, Rob, it's healthy, Rob. If you
he's boasting.
Matter of fact, I'm surprised Trent hasn't because of all the branding they do with that stuff. But never mind. We'll
Go-Gurt.
Trent eats that poop yogurt that Jamie Lee Curtis sells.
The best thing about Go-Gurt is that you can drink it like it's a drink, and you don't have to put spoon in it. You don't have to get
it's so hot,
dirty, Tommy.
It's so hot. I'm thirsty.
You know how Tommy eats yogurt. You don't have to eat it with your hands and your fingers. You
right
can
the
just
back
drink,
of the throat.
Drink the Go-Gurt.
That's disgusting. Yuck. Speaking of Tommy, Jeff, Our most loyal listener.
Yeah, this fucking thing. Yeah, go ahead.
No, did you read the question ahead of time? Boo.
I did. Get ready for
You're not supposed. This is supposed to be a surprise, Jeff. All right. First, this is a question from Tommy. Tommy boy. Shout out to Tommy. He asks this of Jeff. First, name your favorite fast food restaurant. Okay, that's the first part of the question. What's your favorite fast food restaurant, Jeff?
Does it have to have a drive-through, or can Shake Shack count?
I think Shake Shack counts as fast food.
Shake Shack would be my favorite.
Okay, now let me ask you this: the $1 million question.
Hold on. What's everybody else's? I'm not the only one that's gonna get asked this fucking question.
Pretty sure he just wanted to know what Jeff thought.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff, if you could get free Shake Shack for the rest of your life, and I'm talking one meal a day, anything you want, even the cheese dip, no charge for extras. Would you change your name to the N-word? Well, let me rephrase. you would have to legally change your first name to the N-word.
You sound like a weatherman reading this question.
I could be good at that. Now, if you could, all you got to do is spend the money. It's a tiny investment. And your friends could still call you Jeff. You just have to have it on your driver's license. This is my legal name, N-word W.
Yeah,
I mean, but you get free. But he would.
Yeah.
You would change your name to Nincompoop.
Yeah. I mean, we can keep playing around with this word all you want. No, I do it. What are you gonna like? It's a legal name, you know. It'd be almost like
yeah, but like if you get a ticket or something, comparison. Or you got to go to court.
They said it, not me.
Also,
they had to say it.
That's true. You know what?
Think about it. When do you
I feel like you have a good
your
point.
Own name? When do you ever say your own name?
You never. Like this is your name, and you'll be like, you know what it says.
Yeah,
say it. What are you scared?
The only time it'd be bad is if I have to go, like if I pull up to McDonald's and I have to, like if I have to use my name on like the credit card, so it has to be my real name.
Oh yeah. Well, there's plenty of instances where people are going to see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, but they're the ones saying it.
I just want to pull up to Salad and go and be like, hey, I'm here to pick up an order for,
you know,
that.
Nimrod.
Yeah,
Nimrod. Or it could just be, you know what? There's a loophole. You could change your name to the N-word. So not the word itself, but the phrase.
Tommy didn't think about that.
Yeah.
We got you, Tommy. We got you.
That's a shop level question, Tommy, and I am a little disappointed you actually, but we hope you got what you wanted, pal.
Let's Dixon this question though.
All right, we have another question from Tommy, but we're not getting to that until towards the end of the pod. So stay tuned, Tommy. All right, so we're moving on to our strategy guide section. What is the strategy guide section? Just in case this is your first time listening. By the way, we do talk video games, and I did forget to tell everybody, don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, do all the things. Okay, we do talk video games, so in the strategy guide section, Vactor is going to lead us down a pathway, if you will, a corridor of all the latest video game news from the past week, and we are going to give you our color commentary. No relation to the question that we just asked Jeff. Okay. Take it away, back.
Good stuff.
Speaking of Nintendo, N-word.
Change your name to Nintendo.
So after Rob waited a year to open up his Nintendo Switch OLED, we have reports now. Now, this is not an official announcement. These are just reports based off of some very good eyewitness accounts. Nintendo's next generation Switch console is going to debut in the second half of 2024. Now, where did they get this information? Well, kind of like how the iPhone leaks happen every single year, and it's based off of the case manufacturers Apple has to submit the measurements of the cutout to the case manufacturers. The Nintendo people, Mr. Miyamoto, all of the Nintendo guys,
Miyamoto-san blew it.
they'd sent out their development kits for the console to all the third-party developers ahead of its debut next year. And this is also kind of, if this is true, the end of the year, this is going to be different than 7 years ago. The Switch launched. I don't know if you guys can remember 7 years ago.
I was there, baby.
In the first month of the year. But at the time when it launched, there was a bunch of games. We had things to play for the Switch, first party games. I think from these reports, they're saying the reason why they're going to do it in the end of the year is to build up the game library to be able to have something at launch instead of just launching a system, which we've seen that happen many times with Xbox and PlayStation. There's nothing to play on day one, and it's like, well, I got this great PS5, got nothing to play on it.
Right.
But it looks like, yeah, this is a lot of reliable sources are being tapped for this. And also on these sources, they're saying that it's going to have an LCD screen rather than an OLED in order to cut costs, and it's going to still rely on physical media via cartridges, not switching over to an all digital platform. So what do you think?
Boo! Boo! Give me my OLED.
I don't think any no schematics of this stuff have really, it's all just, hey, this is like Switch 1.2.
Yes.
I feel like, I don't feel like it's
they're saying 2, Jeff. They're saying this is the next gen Switch.
Yeah. If I'm trying to think of like things that have to happen. If there's no way they launch with an LCD screen, right? There's no way they launch with an LCD screen, I hope.
Oh, really? Well, then think about Nintendo. They've never been one to be like cutting edge on hardware. So I could see them doing that.
Yeah. But they've also, like, have they gone backwards ever? You know what I mean? Like, normally that'd be my only argument against that would be, I know they're never like, where these games are not running at 1080p still, there's all these problems with it, but like they usually don't go backwards. And I feel like you can't have something that looks in some ways worse than your last product, right?
Right. I think the logic behind this, they're saying, is they're bringing down the cost on the screen in order to increase the internal memory, which the current Switch has 32 gigs of internal memory. Most current gen consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, the games have over 100 gigabyte. The games are 100 gigabytes. So in order to increase the internal memory, internal storage, they're going to decrease the cost of the screen. That's what their logic is saying. But again, this is not official. These are all just rumors.
And I would say these sound like good rumors, but yeah, I think there's number one, I feel like you can't go backwards on the screen, which would be a big mistake, I think, by Nintendo. I mean, it's going to sell regardless, but I think I think it's a bad look for your console. And then 2, this feels more like, you remember Twitter for the last like 5 years.
You mean
Switch
X?
Pro? Or yeah, whatever it is. The X.com. You see Switch Pro all the time. I like putting a 2 after this and making it a marginal upgrade. I don't know if that's I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like, unless, I mean, this thing has to be significantly better, I think, if you put a number 2 after it. I don't think you can do just a pro type upgrade here. I hope not, at least,
Well, I wonder if do they stick with the Switch branding, or do they come up with a whole new thing?
I think they should stick with Switch, but that bit them in the ass with the Wii U. If they just call it Switch 2, I think it's going to be just fine. You don't have to come up with another weird fancy name for it. Just call it the Switch 2. People will understand. People will get it. Right. And I don't think there's going to be any sort of confusion.
And that would be following the PlayStation model of numbering the consoles versus the Xbox, where they're like, all right, This is the Series SHIT. This is the next version of the Xbox.
What?
I think, you know what I think? It's very
Xbox
interesting.
Series shit? What?
That's what he said.
I didn't say it, Jeff said it, just like the N-word. I think
you're right.
it's very interesting. Nintendo does things that are just different versus what we're all used to. I think the Xbox and the PlayStation, there's a certain life cycle, and the they don't as much rely on the first party support, I think, as Nintendo does. But I think the Switch is just now starting to come down in their sales, but the software is still up there, and the back catalog of Nintendo stuff is still out there, which that's another thing I want to talk about, because you guys see the reports that they're like half of there's two different arguments going on now. Should it have backwards compatibility or should it not? And so part of these reports are saying it will have backwards compatibility, and part of them are saying it won't. But Xbox, apparently, they were saying that bit them when they had the full support for the previous generation. People weren't buying the new stuff because they're like, oh, I already got on day one, I already got all of these old Xbox games that I can play. So they're saying in order to kind of cut that out, maybe the Switch won't have, or Switch 2 won't have backwards compatibility, and you'll be forced to play all new games. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out, how Nintendo is going to feel about that, and then how gamers are going to feel either way that they go. But I'm interested to hear what you boys think. Rob, do you like having backwards compatible, or do you like having the ability to play backwards compatible?
I don't care. Like, for me, and now this is just me personally, if I put a game through its paces and really enjoy it, very rarely am I ever going back to play it. It's just something I don't really do. Like, it might be my age, or maybe my taste in games has changed, but in the past, like with Arkham City, for example, I beat that game. It was amazing. And I said, I got to play this again. And I played it again and again. And I beat that game like 4 times. Same with like Ocarina of Time when that came out. I played it several times. But I was a lot younger and I had a lot more free time on my hands. So maybe it's just my life situation, my age, my taste in games. But I don't really care about backwards compatibility. Now, if it's something... If I had a hankering, I don't really expect this to happen, but if all of a sudden, 2 years from now, I said, you know what, I feel like playing Pikmin 4. Oh, it's backwards compatible. I'll get that. Maybe. But rarely am I jonesing for an old game.
Now, Jeff,
I don't care.
On PC, Jeff, you have a large Steam library. Do you like having the ability to go back and play those games, or do you want to just move forward and play the new stuff?
And mark my words right now,
Tommy,
Nintendo is going to announce this. Yeah, write them down, Tommy. You fuck.
Wow. Oh my God. That's our only fan, Jeff.
That's why
Corin doesn't listen anymore.
I address him. I address him. You know what I mean? He's here. That would be, I think, you were looking at a Wii U situation. If you so think about it, your backwards compatibility through Nintendo is essentially Nintendo Online, right? So in order for them to not, and they would have to hobble the service for new devices. That is Xbox One level failure. I think that is, if they don't include that in there day one, ready to go on your new console, you are looking at, I think it's going to be Xbox level negative press where you don't even, I don't think you can recover from it for years. Like, Xbox is still not out of what they did with, the One, or whatever. It was even Xbox One. What was that? I don't even remember the name of the console now.
The first one was Xbox One. The new one is Xbox One. Xbox One Series X.
Xbox SHIT. Yeah.
I think you're talking about the 360. Are you talking about when they were talking about sharing games?
Yeah. I think it's the
yeah.
one, right? Because they're in this, and again, this is like the problem
Or
with
maybe
what
it
they've
was
done
the
too.
one.
Yeah, it was the one. It was the one.
If you take away, like, especially a service that I pay for, Vector's on my family. I have the full family filled out. I don't know if Rob pays for Nintendo Online, but he
Must be
probably
nice to have a
would.
family.
Hey, enjoy those Squeeze-Its and Lunchables. I don't get those. And
Jeff
so
Diesel.
yeah, I think like you're really like the day if Nintendo makes that official, it is. And I think Rob was right. Like that is the perfect comparison. The game sharing thing, you literally have a platform for the competition to go to do the infamous, hey, you want to play a game, and they hand the game over to their friend, right? Like you have all the negative press, and then you have everybody else with just the ability to do stupid videos that just continues like the dunking on this console, and then that stuff gets, I think, out of hand pretty quickly. Like Xbox, kind of retracted a bunch of that, and they never could recover. And I think Nintendo would have, I mean, they're going to always sell in Japan, and I think they're always going to sell a certain amount just because they have, their own library and exclusives and all that. But I mean, to not give people like the new, like, it's kind of like if I buy the latest thing, I should have all the good stuff. There should like people before me should be missing out, right? Like people on Switch 1 should be missing out, not me, right? Like it would make zero sense to have no backwards compatibility. And I know Rob said he's not, and I think a lot of people aren't. But I mean, like I've actually plugged in my Xbox because of the Call of Duty servers and all that stuff coming back online. Now for me, I'm not like playing Call of Duty every night, but I just did it to see, like, hey, is this happening? Did they go in here and do this? And like clearly it looks like Microsoft is gearing up for some kind of move here. They're going to announce at some kind of event where they're going to bring a bunch of stuff back online for this Activision purchase or whatever. But yeah, I don't think backwards compatibility is ever going to go away anymore. I think they can limit it in ways, right? Like they can, oh, this is only the online service, this is that, yada yada. But to not include that on your new one, there's just no way. If I can't, and take it a step further, if I can't play the games I've purchased on Switch on something named the Switch 2, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like that is going to get, I'm telling you, are like, they are staring down the barrel of Xbox failure if they did that. There's just no way. There's no way they do that.
Give me the upgraded version of Tears of the Kingdom that runs at 60 frames per second, 1080p,
Yes.
zero loading times, with DLC. Because by the time the Switch 2 comes out, I will have just barely finished Tears of the Kingdom, or I might just be finishing it around that point at this rate. I'm like 120 hours into that game, and I'm not even halfway done. That's really about it. Like they're gonna have to sort of like the PS5 versus the PS4, where you have a game, but you can buy the PS5 version for $10 more and get enhanced features. If they do something like that, I'd be a little more interested.
Yeah, which is interesting because Star Wars Jedi Survivor, guess what?
What?
It's coming out on the previous generation's consoles, Rob. PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Those two consoles that were released 10 years ago, they're just now going to be getting a port of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So all you PS4 and Xbox One fans who want to be Jedis, it's your time, baby. Let's go.
Played
480p
that game.
quality mode.
I haven't played it since right before Tears of the Kingdom came out.
Oh man,
one of
the best games of the year. And
did they fix those PC issues?
Is it?
The end credits is great. I'll just say that. But you guys got to finish it.
I'm opening up my Steam library right now. Hold on. I want to see. Is there any updates to the game? The last time I updated it was right before. There is an update. Ooh, okay, perfect. I updated it right before Legend of Zelda came out, and it was unplayable garbage in that hub world. What was the hub world called? Do you remember? Like the semi-open area that was all brown, looked like Radiator Springs.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I forgot. It's been a while since I saw credits.
It's been a while. Well, maybe I will update this and go back to it. We'll see. I do want to finish it because for what it's worth, I was enjoying the game.
It is a good game.
Zelda is Zelda. And that's all I got to say about that. Bye, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff just left the pod, everybody.
Oh. Well,
So
speaking
moving
of
on.
best games of the year, Spider-Man 2, which we already know is going to be the best game of 2023. It was announced at Comic-Con that there was going to be pre-orderable console covers, so you can switch out the faceplates on the PlayStation 2, controllers, which are Venom, and then the actual console itself. There's a special edition Spider-Man 2 console. Well, I went and tried to pre-order those console covers, and guess what? They're already sold out. You can't get them anywhere, and scalpers are scalping them online for double their regular $65 price.
What?
Jeez.
Now these are just for comparison. These are just plastic pieces that swap out on your PlayStation to give it a different look, just like a case on your phone, basically. So these plastic pieces are selling on eBay. I can get more than that on eBay for $150 to $200. So
I'm actually looking online right now, just trying to see.
It was pre-orderable, Tommy. Tommy's asking in the chat if you could. Yeah, you could.
Here's the controller. Somebody is selling their pre-order for $140.
The controllers you can get easy. So that guy's a dummy.
You dummy.
Jeff is showing his. I have a
Spider-Man. Look at this
D
brand, baby.
Yeah, I have a Spider-Man one, but I don't want to move my camera. So the console and the covers it's
regular,
unattainable, but you can get the controller for $70, $80. But shout out to Mark Vibert for telling Rob and I in a chat.
Oh, he linked it, right?
The pre-orders were available and they're gone. He sent us a screenshot of that they were gone already. And he was like, "Hey, I got mine. Did you get yours?" Didn't send a link, so I had to go search.
Oh yeah, the pre-order's been up for 10 days. Here's the link.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
Mark is the kind of friend that watches you while he boards the airplane while you can't get on.
Yeah, Mark's the type of friend who would get on Hogwarts ride at Universal while your friend is not able to fit in the ride. Not that that's ever happened.
If your friend loves Hogwarts so much, he will be pleased to know that Hogwarts Legacy, Jeff's favorite game of 2023, is still the best-selling game of 2023, despite Tears of the Kingdom, Resident Evil, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. Despite all of those games, Hogwarts Legacy has sold over 15 million copies and generated $1 billion in revenue.
What?
$1 billion. Thanks, J.K. Rowling.
Hey, Jeff, let me ask you a question. What is Harry Potter's favorite mode of transportation?
I don't know.
Walking. J.K. rolling.
Jesus.
Tell
Nailed it.
Tell Jeff the Picard joke.
This is a real deep cut.
Tommy will get this joke.
This is a real deep video game joke cut for anybody listening. What is Captain Picard of Star Trek: The Next Generation? What is Captain Picard's favorite video game console? The N-Gage.
Oh my god! That's
you ever have an N-Gage?
Somebody told you that joke. That is rough.
That's a joke I used to tell back in 2005.
When we worked at Hollywood Video,
every
time Rob said it, I would laugh.
We would tell that N-Gage joke. It would get tears. I don't know if it was from laughter or sadness. but it would
If
get
you don't
tears,
know,
Jeff.
the N-Gage was the Zune of video games. If you don't know what a Zune is, then you don't know what an N-Gage is.
Yeah.
You ever
I would
play
debate-
Splinter Cell on the N-Gage, Jeff? Let me tell you, it sucks.
I'd say most
Jeff?
people don't know what the N-Gage is.
Yeah. But Hogwarts 2 selling like flapjacks. I don't know. Tommy buying flapjacks every day at McDonald's.
Or I was gonna say, I mean, like literally, like Zelda is a pretty popular game, obviously, but I mean, even that's like kind of like a gamer's game, right? I know people that do not play video games that bought a PlayStation that bought Hogwarts. It is, they talk about Halo being the system seller for the Xbox. Hogwarts is on that level. Obviously, it's not exclusive to anything, but people bought systems to play that game 100%.
Did it ever come out on the Switch?
I don't think so.
Hogwarts.
There's no way it runs on that. I don't think.
I'm gonna look.
I don't think so.
When is that release date? I'm gonna find out right now.
It was January or February of this year, right? It was right at the
No, they
beginning.
pushed it back. It says no, it's November 14th right now. My mom has a Switch, believe it or not, and she is patiently waiting.
Oh, okay.
She's patiently waiting for the Switch version of Hogwarts Legacy. My mom, who is not a gamer at all, who the last thing she played was Super Mario Brothers on the NES, is waiting for Hogwarts Legacy. Mom, I love you. I know you don't listen to this podcast, Mom, but if on the chance you, but if you do, it'll be interesting to see who's better at the game, you or my son Link.
Is she a fan of Red Dead Redemption?
No.
Well, she's not going to be happy because there's going to be a remake of Red Dead Redemption. We think this is another one of those.
This is the exception. I will go back and play this.
Okay.
If this is a trumer and not a rumor, mark my words, I will get it.
So there's still a number of pieces of evidence pointing towards this, but what we think is that Red Dead Redemption first released back in 2010 on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, if you can recall back that far, with no ports of the game to newer platforms ever since. So we're talking 20 years in 2030.
Is it 20 years? No, hold on. That's not right, is it?
In 2030, I said 20 years.
Oh, okay. All right. You could freak me out for a second. I could see myself aging like in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Like the Nazi
Rockstar has a new website live that has a reference within the games list, Red Dead Redemption, Rockstar Presents version, codename RDR1RSP. And there's a new logo, Rockstar Games Presents Red Dead Redemption. So everyone is saying these things are leading to... Oh, also, another piece of evidence. In South Korea, which I lived in South Korea, wonderful country, they have re-rated the game. Now, why would you re-rate a game from 2010 unless... there's some kind of new version on the way, boys? So Rob said he's going to play it. I'm going to play it. How about Jeff?
Maybe. I would probably play this, I think. I don't know.
See, Red Dead Redemption Remake will be perfect, Jeff, once I get that game and my hands on that little weird-ass controller that also has a screen, whatever it's called, the PS5, and I'll just kick it on the couch. But that's going to be a dope as fuck.
I mean, I think it would be... Oh, your wife,
My wife was a big fan of Jack Black Jablinski games when he was playing Red Dead Redemption, and he had the hat on and he was acting like he was part of the story. Tommy, that would be a good game for you, Red Dead Redemption. That is a fantastic open world game. As a matter of fact, the only open world game that I like.
What?
That's
not true. That can't possibly. You like Batman Arkham City?
That's semi-open.
No, that's a complete open world.
No,
got you.
Semi.
We win. So, Jeff, high five.
I think I think this is going to be fantastic. Running at nearly 4K on the Xbox Series X, boys, and the PlayStation 5. Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, two games that I saw credits on and I enjoyed. So
now you could play it on Xbox backwards compatibility, is all I'm saying. Saying.
That's true.
Unless well, one of the problems with the backwards compatible games, which I didn't mention earlier, is we've actually mentioned it on previous episodes before. Our memories of these games are way different than the actual. You know, you go back and play a game from 10 years ago. Wait a minute, this looks nothing like I remember it.
Yeah, the game was BEA beautiful when it came out. I'm sure it still probably looks fine, but it won't look as good as Red Dead Redemption 2. That's for sure. And that's how I remember it.
So that's what I like about these remakes. Like with the Resident Evil remakes that have been coming out, it's like, yes, this is perfect. Updating the control system so I can actually play it and it's not hot doo-doo and I can actually control my character. I like the idea of remakes where you're taking a game that you loved from the past and putting it into a modern sensibility so that you can actually play it and enjoy it the way you thought you did, you know, back in the day. So I'm all for these remakes, boys.
Yeah, especially if they update the controls to be more like Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, it'll be great. Red Dead Redemption's a great game. I have lots of fond memories walking around Armadillo and just checking out the world.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for the news.
All right.
I did want to say that Tommy said he was a huge fan of prostitution in our chat right now.
Oh, great.
He said he loves
a connoisseur
Grand Theft Auto because of the prostitution. So, Tommy, this Red Dead Redemption game, there's no prostitutes, but you can have a little fun in that game.
Yeah. Shout out to Tommy, single-handedly keeping the gigolo workforce afloat in the Phoenix area. Thanks, Tommy. All right, speaking of Tommy, we're going to move on to our Let's Play section. Now, Let's Play is usually when we're talking the games we've been playing this week. But just like I said earlier, I'm about 120 hours into Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know how far Jeff is, but I finally tackled, just briefly, I'm going to talk about it. I finally tackled the Wind Temple, Jeff. So I've only done 2. I did the Water Temple and the Wind Temple. And I got to tell you, the Wind Temple, while the boss was super easy, was very fun. I enjoyed doing the Wind Temple and the Wind Temple boss very much.
Yeah, and that's the best unlock you're going to get from that game too. Like your ability. Yeah, there's nothing else that's quite as useful.
Factor. There's an ability you unlock where when you're paragliding, you have a little bird friend who's flying behind you, and he says, "How about some wind? You like wind?"
He says that.
Yeah, he goes, "You like some wind?
All right,
where's the warm stuff?"
I want to play that.
But I'm 120 hours in. This is more for Jeff and anybody who's been playing Legend of Zelda. Would you believe? Oh my God, what is this in the Discord chat? Vactor just put
for later.
A picture of Mark, friend of the show, Mark Vibert, in a Raphael mask. That is frightening looking. Oh my gosh.
He looks like the Joker.
Yeah.
the Riddler.
It's the cartoon aspect of it over his face that's really throwing me off. I'm not a fan of that picture. This is for Jeff and for people who are familiar with Tears of the Kingdom. Like I said, I'm 120 hours in or so. I spend a lot of my time duping my materials. I got those bomb flowers, the flowers that make the enemies fight each other, the puff shrooms, silver Lionel loot. I kill Lionels, but I dupe the loots to get the strong weapons. I have not updated. I haven't updated the game since the first update. I've been playing on airplane mode this whole time because I'm not losing that dupe glitch.
Oh, yeah.
And I only have half the map uncovered, Jeff. Half of the ground map uncovered, and half of about half of the underground map uncovered.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time going back and forth. But and there's Vactor, there are so many side quests. There is a there's a stupid amount of side quests in this game, and I just keep going and going and going. I'm like, I don't even need to touch the main story, baby. Let me hit them side quests.
Out.
Oh no, I'm having a good time, and the exploring aspect. I'm just having a great time. So more to come on Tears of the Kingdom as I keep going.
And when you get to the volcano one, you should try to do what I did and just cheese it and basically skip the skip the things they want you to do to open the door, because you can totally, especially with the abilities you have now, you can totally skip a major chunk of that stuff by just flying around.
My favorite thing,
be curious to hear how you do that.
that I can skip is whenever I'm in the shrines and it's okay, you got to get the ball to hit the target. It's these physics related puzzles. I like just shooting my bomb arrows at them, being like, no.
Yeah.
Skip past those puzzles. It's the best. So yeah, I still have the volcano, the Gerudo Valley, and I think there's a 5th stage too that you have to unlock. And I don't know what comes after that. I have like maybe 5 dragon tears to find, but I spend most of my time really just running around, farming, seeing what I can find, exploring caves, exploring the depths. Like, I'm having a great time. Fantastic game. Might even be game of the year, better than Spider-Man.
Shit. Well, definitely is. I mean,
we'll
it's
see.
Not even debatable, really.
Hey, there's a Squeeze It commercial in the show notes. Interesting.
I already posted that in the Discord. That's for our listeners, so they can see the Squeeze It commercial.
So for the Let's Play section, now that the Zelda talk's over, we have a question from Tommy. Have we mentioned him on the show before? I'm not sure if we have. But Tommy wants to know, if you're an MK fan, Mario Kart, which fighter do you favor the most? Well, I'm a Luigi guy. What about you guys?
Wait, Mortal Kombat?
Oh, I thought it was Mario Kart. It just says MK. Acting. Acting.
I'm more of a shy guy.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. There's one shy guy we know, but that's another story. So, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, which we all are, who do you main? Me? No, I haven't played Mortal Kombat in quite some time. I'm definitely a fan of the classics, but I am very interested in trying MK1 when it comes out. But that being said, I was always a Liu Kang guy. Liu Kang all the way, baby.
Oh, really?
Because he had an easy move set. His fatalities were easy to pull off, and I liked turning into a big dragon and biting you in half. And sometimes I would do Scorpion on top of that. But I was mainly a Liu Kang guy.
I'm more of a Sub-Zero man myself. I like the freezing abilities.
Wow.
He got his own games. Did Scorpion get his own game?
Nope. Mortal Kombat. What was it called?
Nope. We're gonna ignore. Legends? Nope.
What?
Scorpion.
What was the?
Nope.
What was? Oh, he's a shy guy. He's holding up a picture of a shy guy. I couldn't see it. I had the show notes in front of you. No offense, Jeff. I was looking at the show notes. What was that Mortal Kombat game? The Sub-Zero one. It was on N64, right?
It was like
probably on PlayStation.
Legends, maybe
Mortal Kombat Legends, Sub-Zero,
something like that. Maybe
I do remember that. I never played it. What about you, Vector?
Mine was always Raiden from the very first game.
What a coincidence! I made you Raiden in the show art this week.
I thought you knew.
I didn't know that.
And I'll tell you a story. When I first played Mortal Kombat, I was getting ready to watch a movie in a theater, and they had an arcade. This is back in the day, boys, when they actually had arcades. And I was drawn to Mortal Kombat because they were real people, digitized actors. And I played the game, got killed, got my butt kicked, and Raiden did his fatality on me. I think I picked Johnny Cage. I don't even know who I picked, but Raiden did his fatality on me. And you have to remember, that was just a random. If the computer was going to do its fatality on you, that was not a guarantee. So this is my first time playing. In the game, my head blew up. And in real life, my head blew up. I said, what? They killed me? They killed me in the game. And I said, Raiden is the coolest guy of all time. I think I was 10 years old.
Gave you the old.
Yeah.
Do the sound that he does.
He has two. And he has two. And Raiden has been my favorite ever since. That started my obsession with Mortal Kombat. It became my favorite game.
That was the perfect Raiden impression.
That was better than.
That was his Kermit. That's better than his Kermit impression I've heard before.
Yeah, that was so funny.
But that started, like I said, my obsession with Mortal Kombat, and it just was random. That I always think about, what if the computer had not done its fatality? Now, Mortal Kombat has become a phenomenon, so I probably would have played it again later. But this was, I felt like nobody knew what Mortal Kombat was at the time. And so I went and ran to the movie, and I was like telling my mom about, I just got killed in the game. That's nice.
You're not gonna believe this.
I don't even remember what the movie was, but the fact that Mortal Kombat has lasted this long, and Raiden has always been my favorite character. And then I watched Big Trouble in Little China because the character has the hat, which Raiden's hat is based on that character in Big Trouble in Little China, which is one of Tommy's favorite movies. To bring it back,
interesting reason to watch a movie.
Well, there has to be a reason for me to say, okay. And this was back in the day when it's like, all right, Mom, can you rent the movie for me? It wasn't like I was going out and there was no streaming, there was no torrents. It was like you had to get your parents to either take you to the theater or get you a VHS copy back then. But Raiden also is now my wife's favorite. And I might have said this on the show before, but I watched the entire story of Mortal Kombat with my wife on YouTube. We watched every cutscene. And so we are all the way caught up on the most convoluted storyline of all time, where Liu Kang dies, comes back, and now he's a fire god who he rewrote existence. There's a whole new timeline because of what he did, and that's where this Mortal Kombat MK1 is coming in. So I'm interested to see where it goes from there. But right now, Mortal Kombat is all time one of my favorite franchises, and it's always been
have you and your wife watched the movies together? Yes. Okay.
The live
There's
action,
some good moments in there that would make me laugh out loud right now.
Yes.
Like when Raiden shows up with a haircut. He's a sellout bitch is what he is. Yeah.
That's not true to the game.
He's sold out. He's sold out. He cut off his hair.
Working a corporate job, Raiden.
More corporate, yeah. You wore a suit,
customer facing position. What a bitch. This is fun. All right, so we're gonna shift gears. I took this as an opportunity since Tommy. Thank you for the question, Tommy. Talking to us about what our favorite Mortal Kombat character is. I'm gonna go down the list. Don't you guys be peeking now, unless you're already peeking. I'm gonna tell you the top 10 rated fighting games of all times based on Metacritic, starting with 10 and working my way down. And I just want to know if you played these games and your thoughts. Okay, so we're going with number 10. It is Soul Calibur 2.
It's a good choice. That's a good choice.
On the PlayStation 2. Now, we might have talked about this on the pod before, but do you recall, Jeff? You might have been 5, so you might not really remember, but it came out on the PS2, the Xbox, and the GameCube, and each one had their own fighter, their own special fighter. There. Mm-hmm. Nintendo had Link.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox had Spawn, and then PlayStation had whatever his name is from Tekken. I don't remember his name. With the hair.
Either. Yeah.
Factor, what's his name?
Kazuya? Which one?
Bless you.
Hey,
but do you know his name?
Hey,
there's so many Tekken characters too.
That's called improv.
It's hard to know.
We volley back and forth.
The guy with the tiger mask on his head.
No, look at the. Well, no. Okay. Anyway, he's got the hair that sticks straight up like this, and he's bald.
Oh,
I don't know.
With the white hair.
Yeah.
Hey, Hachi.
Hey, Hachi.
Hachi to Hachi.
I said that.
Hachi
Rewind
to Hachi.
Everyone
Hachi
in the chat
Hachi.
heard it. I said, "Hey, Hachi."
The only thing I've heard from you in the last 10 minutes is or whatever you did.
That's true. He did say that. Okay. I would do Soul Calibur 2 tournaments at Game Crazy when we had our weekly tournaments. and I would make people play Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube because it was Link or nothing, baby. Moving on, Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution on the PS2, August 13th, 2003. It's got a 93 on Metacritic, and Soul Calibur 2, I'll mention, had a 92. So, wow. Look, back on the list.
Quick. In this top 10, there should not be a game newer than 2010, but go ahead.
We'll see. This is current. Okay. Soul Calibur 2 coming in at number 8, even though it was at number 10. But this is the GameCube version.
Oh, fuck off. There's no way. Twice in the top 10. That's such
GameCube is way better because it had Link, everybody.
That's so... I mean, yeah, but like, just put that one in. The fuck?
Somebody having a Baba Booey. Street Fighter 5. No, wait. 4. Street Fighter 4. Excuse me. Street Fighter 4. I had to go back on the Roman numerals for a second and like, wait.
Rob never learned how to read.
I know how to read. Street Fighter IV. You know.
Wow.
You played that one?
That's
a 93. February 17th, 2009.
Okay. Yeah. Before
weird that they didn't put the 3DS version on this list because that was the version I played. And
that's not a good choice for the top 3, but go ahead.
Well, we're gonna see because number 6 coming in at number 6 is Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Ooh.
From April 30th, 1999. The review says Street Fighter. God damn it! It says Street Fighter Alpha 3 scores a triple KO. Got a 93. Moving on, I think this one's gonna tickle Jeff's funny bone. Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Oh,
on the Wii from March 9th, 2008. Wait, who is your main?
Is this
Brawl?
A list or is this a Metacritic rating? Is what this is, right?
Yeah, this is Metacritic based on the reviews.
Oh my god, Kirby, baby!
He's a Kirby. He likes to suck.
I'm gonna suck
he
it
sucks.
Up, just like back during those Squeeze-Its.
My wife adds in the chat, Daddy Ryu. She likes the bearded Ryu after I showed her.
Oh,
okay, calm down. Put your pants back on.
I get where Kenny's coming from. That Ryu also might have a Punisher sticker on his truck. Is the only other vibe I get from that dumb shit.
Wow.
But he's cool. I like Ryu. I like that Ryu. It's pretty cool.
All right. I'm always been a Luigi man myself. That's my main. Okay. Coming in at number 4, Virtua Fighter 4 on the PS2.
Okay. A lot of Virtua Fighter here, but all right.
Number 3. Coming in hot again on the PlayStation 3 was Street Fighter 4.
Oh, no, you're fucking lying. There's no way. I need to look up this list.
Don't look at it yet. Don't look at it yet. It is, I promise. Street Fighter 4 on the PlayStation 3. It says Street Fighter 4 features a mix of returning favorites such as Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, and Guile, who I always thought his name was Ghoulie.
What?
When I was a kid, when I was playing Street Fighter,
remember Grabbed by the Ghoulies on Xbox, or was that Genesis?
I guess if you've never heard it, that would make
because I never knew the word. Like when I was playing Street Fighter 2 on my Super Nintendo, way back in the day, I thought it was Ghoulie, just like I thought the Chaos Emeralds were the Chaos Emeralds. When I was a kid.
I thought that too. I thought it was Chaos.
Stupid. You thought that. All right, we're both dumb. All right, moving on.
Wait, no, was they put fucking Street Fighter 4? They put 2. That's such bullshit.
This is based on ratings, and
it's
it's the individual
list.
It's the individual.
These are Metacritic
ratings.
By the way.
All right, just what's the next one?
Okay, number 2 is Tekken 3 on the PlayStation from April 1998. An ancient force has reawakened, attacking in secret and feeding on the souls of mighty warriors. To lure it out of hiding, it will take the greatest fighting contest of the world has ever seen. Tekken 3. Some are fighting for revenge, some for honor. Ultimately, and then the review cuts off.
The problem is you have one more spot, and you have at least two games I can think of right now that would deserve number 1.
Street Fighter 4 is mentioned twice.
That's such bullshit. That's bullshit.
And Soul Calibur 2 is mentioned twice.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, that was rude. I'm sorry, everybody. it's the Squeeze-Its. It tasted like blueberries. I apologize. Okay, so coming in at number 1, Jeff, with a 98. It's A Tale of Souls and Swords, transcending the world and all its history for
There's
all
only
eternity.
one. It could be, right?
Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah.
You're such a liar. You're such a
I am.
liar.
I'm lying.
There's
I'm
no
lying.
way.
It's Soul Calibur 1
Yeah.
for the Dreamcast.
On the Dreamcast. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 1999.
That's legit.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
And you know what?
That's
I'm
my
gonna
favorite,
go down. I'm gonna go down 2, Jeff, because since 2 games were mentioned twice, I have a whole list here.
Yeah.
Like
there's a glaring issue here. Like there's one major game that is not
the
in
most
here.
recent game on this list is 2014 Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
Okay, here, let me throw you for a little loop. I'm gonna give you the bottom 10, starting with number 524. Rock'em Sock'em Robots on the Game Boy Advance. From October 2nd, 2006. Next up, the 523rd worst fighting game of all time, Legends of Wrestling 2, which I can tell you set because there was no doink in it at all. From November 25th,
stupid
2002. Coming in at 522, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22.
All right, that sounds like dog
What?
shit.
There's 22 of these?
Dude. No, that's
Where's
a
WWF
WrestleMania
WrestleMania, the arcade game?
Oh, I don't know. There's 524 of these to scroll through.
Doink is in that.
All right. Well, then you know it's near the top. Coming in at 521 on Xbox 360, Hulk Hogan's Main Event. Followed by Mucha Lucha Mascartas of the Lost Code.
I don't know. If these are real
Mascaritas?
games.
Does he defeat Gawker Media, Hulk Hogan, in that game?
It says it's here's the description of Hulk Hogan's Main Event. It's all about the show, brother, and the first motion-based video game on the Kinect for the Xbox 360, brother. You Hulkamaniacs can train with Mentor Hulk as they build their own wrestling personalities and learn the art of Hulkamaniacs.
Hulk Hogan is such a piece of shit.
Game?
It's a Kinect game.
Oh, man.
Hulk sucks. Fuck that guy.
What?
Fuck him.
Jeff?
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. He's such a racist piece of shit.
What?
You knocked
Jeff.
Rob off of his seat.
Yeah. Hold on a second. First off, in this top 10, there's no Mortal Kombat. You're telling me there's no fucking top that has to be one of the highest rated games of all time. How is it not?
We're still talking about the worst, Jeff. We'll circle back to that. Steak, Fortune Fighters. Above that is Legend of the Dragon, MTV Celebrity Deathmatch on PC, and
underrated.
And the top of the bottom, a game called The Ass Kickers.
Oh, man.
The Ass Kickers is a 2D co-op and single-player ode to classic beat-em-up titles from the 80s, such as Streets of Rage, Kung Fu Master, and Double Dragon. All right, so let's see.
Kickers.
Hold on, Jeff. Let's go back. I'm gonna scroll the list, and I'm gonna find the first Mortal Kombat game mentioned.
Yeah.
For you, buddy.
There's another glaring mistake here, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Street Fighter 4 has been mentioned several times. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is listed as the 18th best fighting game of all times.
Okay.
WWF SmackDown 2 Know Your Role at number 19. That one's for Vector. I still don't see a Mortal Kombat. Oh, wait, here it is, Jeff. Number 27.
Fuck this list. This list is dog shit.
This is with a score of 88, and this is 27 out of 524, Jeff.
That's so fucking crazy.
Okay,
that's so fucking.
So that's
crazy.
still pretty good.
Where's Street Fighter 2 and where's Mortal Kombat 1 or 2?
Number 29 is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Remix.
That's so fucking crazy. That's
but number
so
27. Can you guess?
Fighters.
Can you guess which Mortal Kombat is the highest rated? Don't look. Can you guess?
Without looking at it, well, this list is bullshit.
No, this is Metacritic. This is everybody's opinion, Jeff, including
this
yours.
Is bullshit. So it's not an older one, right? Because it wasn't around, or they're not.
It's oldish.
Reviews.
This is every video game ever made, Jeff.
It can't be like
You're never gonna guess.
Deadly Alliance, right? It can't be.
You're
Deadly
never
Alliance.
gonna get this right, but I want you to try.
It's Deadly Alliance.
Deadly Alliance is wrong. It's Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, complete with the K.
The fuck is that? Is that
it has
9?
like 1, 2, and 3 in it.
Oh,
It's the
fuck off.
Plus digital downloads of the 2011 release of Mortal Kombat songs inspired by the Warriors
greatest
album.
Eagles album are their greatest hits. Yeah, fuck the Eagles too.
Tommy loves the Eagles.
Where did the Eagles come from?
I'm just saying it's like a greatest hits album. That doesn't.
This one includes Freddy Krueger, Jeff.
All right, whatever.
Dark meat. That's all I remember.
Ooh, what you say?
Have you seen that Kumail Nanjiani bit about Freddy Krueger? Where he says,
no.
He's like, Freddy, we can tolerate the murder of children, but racism. All right. Well, I think that there you go, everybody. The best and worst fighting games of all time. Of all times. Oh man. Ooh, that list was scandalous. You couldn't handle it.
Rob, give a shout out to Tommy's cat, Newman.
Hello, Newman. There you go. See, nobody cares. That's two. That's 2 shout outs to his cat. We got a Newman here. See, nobody cares. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Sandbox Gamers After Dark. If you're the one and only person named Tommy who watched us live the whole time, thank you. If you're Vactor's wife, Candy.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if you're Vactor's wife, Candy, and you also watched us live the whole time, thank you. I'm not positive if there's... Oh, yep, here it is. Don't excuse Freddy Krueger's racism. Put that in the show notes for the one person who listens to the end of the podcast. If you're not already subscribed, hit subscribe. Thank you for joining us. Give us a 5-star review on whichever pod chaser you are listening to us on. Excuse me, podcatcher you're listening to us on. My long hair. Hold on. Side note. I'm growing my hair long so I can look like Dave Grohl. This is for the live audience. How do you keep it out of your face? Nobody's taught me that. It's not. Am I supposed to put it in a bun? Am I wear a hat the whole time? It's only halfway the length I want it to, but it's gonna be in my face all the time. I regret this decision. Anyway, you can find our social media links in the description. Linktree/the Sandbox Gamers. Let me tell you about Vactor, our co-host on Sandbox Gamers. Did you know he is a world-renowned, famous South Korean podcaster? He has his own YouTube channel where he talks everything and anything comic book related, such as today he taught me all about the character that is owned jointly by Marvel and DC, who I didn't know about. Now I know. He interviews different guests every week, gets their comic book origin stories. Maybe he's going to talk to Todd McFarlane soon. I heard that's in the pipeline. I don't know if that's true. Vactor, tell him all about it.
I'm not South Korean. I'm Japanese. But my channel is everything that Rob said. The Vactorverse is your source for comic book biographies. I'm trying to post different characters that you may not have heard of in my shorts section, as well as Star Wars stuff leading up to the Ahsoka show. I've got a bunch of Ahsoka content coming out. Jeff says it's his wife, but I don't think he's ever seen her before.
Okay.
Ahsoka is coming soon.
She's good in Clerks too.
In 3 weeks, she's coming, and
man.
I will be trying to post as much as I can leading up to it. So stay tuned to youtube.com/Vactor for all of the Star Wars and comic book goodness.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks, Tommy, for sticking with us. If I can leave you with one piece of information, one parting gift, one set of wise words for you to take and utilize in your day-to-day life, it would be this and only this. GG. Everybody, GG.
Raiden wins.